the Saints, and it's all up next.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. And here come the Saints, about to begin their first possession. And the man in charge of this offense, his 8th season now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Jameis Winston. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
On play action, Winston. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Winston. And incomplete on the deep ball. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center. Guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. First carry here for Ken Walker. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Throwing now is Geno. He completes this to Walker. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort. He hit pay dirt so many times we almost lost track. Every time we turned around, he was in the end zone.
And those weren't all just 1-yard plunges either, partner. I mean, he ripped off a few long jaunts as well.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Throw left side complete. That's Goodwin. And he goes out right around the 39. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Smith. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Sticking with Walker on second down. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And Walker once more. And down to the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. We're scoreless after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. 2nd and 8. On second down, it's Walker. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 11 yards there on a first down for Seattle.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Chances are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in his opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. This complete to Lockett. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit.
And he's taken down, back at his own 7. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Landry, agile footwork, and he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Another try after the first down sack. Winston, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he'll hit the tip, but he did not get there. He'll getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here's Blake Gillikin now. That's taken on the 25. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Smith. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and point.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
He hits his target, Lockett. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now Smith. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Coming up in prime time here in Week 5, a couple of division rivalries on the docket. Beginning tonight in the AFC North with the Bengals and Ravens from Baltimore at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Raiders and Chiefs from Arrowhead in the AFC West.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston, it's Hill, complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Final play of the half here, Winston. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the 2nd half.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well.
3rd quarter begins with a run by Walker. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Now, some concern out there right now as we got an injury stoppage. It's DK Metcalf who's getting some help following that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 66 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try the air now with Smith. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. Could not hang on. Second down coming up. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Dwayne Eskridge, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked in each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
On the move to his left. And Winston lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. It looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Winston. Going deep here for Landry. And that's caught inside the 35. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Back now here live in New Orleans. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now on 2nd and 16. Winston. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to air one out. Touchdown, Saints.
Chris Olave.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Saints are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Lutz with the extra point. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. That time a 9-play drive.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
David Onyemata, excellent effort, and he earns a tackle for loss.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to. Right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith.
Open,
puts it on the carpet, it's out, and this is picked up by the Saints. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
We have seen this before. and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Winston now after the fumble recovery.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
That's good for the Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Winston. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Another try after the first down sack. Winston under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, third and long.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Desperation time. Winston on fourth down. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took it beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So they tried to...
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review, and this being inside. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. Straight ahead, Walker. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Sticking with Walker on second down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him now to this point. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
Throwing now, Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Walker. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Saints 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, Both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Third and long for Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 27 yards. That's good for the Saints. First and 10.
Jameis now on first down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Winston now. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
He'll drop to throw. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up in